It's 8:01. We got everybody here. I'll call to order the International Falls Koochiching County Airport Commission regular meeting of 28 May at 8 o'clock. I don't see anybody here for public comment. Got the minutes of April 30th to go over.
They look good to me.
Got a motion?
I'll make a motion.
Second. Motion and a second to accept the minutes. Any discussion on it? Hearing none, call for the sign.
Aye. Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Financials, Kyra. Anything for us there? I didn't see anything out of the whack.
No, nothing out of the ordinary. You'll see bill for Green Tech, that was for the lettering on the outside sign for
The Bob Anderson?
terminal.
Okay.
And our major capital is a little higher this month, and that is due to the loader and the de-ice truck.
Correct. Radiation truck.
Any other questions on financials? Entertain a motion.
I'll make that motion.
I have a motion. Is there a second?
I'll second it.
I have a motion and a second to approve the financials. Any discussion? Hearing none, call for the sign.
Aye. Aye.
Opposed? That motion carries. Chelsea, I guess you're up next. Engineers report.
Good morning, everybody. So let's see here. We have construction beginning next month, which is super exciting for the GA apron reconstruction and runway 422 taxiway connector rehab project. So that will begin next month.
Why don't we say next week?
Yeah, June 2nd, June 3rd, yeah.
Good call. Yeah, that begins June 2nd, next week, and I'll be up there for that, so maybe I'll be seeing some of you guys up there. But that'll start June 2nd, yeah, I can't believe that's next week, that's insane. We have the bonding packet submitted to MnDOT for that. They have given us an update that everything is good to go and encumbered. They are still working through getting the bonding packet set up essentially, but everything is good to go for pay applications, and the grant is there. We just have to get our cross our T's and get our I's dotted to get all of that for the bonding funds. So still working through that, but everything is in place to actually start the project. The FAA grant is in place, confirmed from the FAA. The state grant, we are also still waiting on that companion grant, but it is okay because the FAA project is going to be the lead on that, so we should be good to go. For construction, the beginning part is phase 1, so that'll be the runway 422 reclaim. So that is where we're going to start, and then it'll have a little portion of the GA apron off of the connector from runway 422, and then both connectors will be reconstructed at that time too. So those will be the first phases for construction. That's where everything's going to start. And then the second portion will be the GA apron more towards the fuel system and doors. So that'll be a little more impactful for the FBO and that area. We had a pre-construction meeting for that in April, and then we'll have a safety meeting next week before we start and make sure everybody's up to date on what needs to be in line for safety. Any questions on that?
Oh, actually got it all under control.
Do the tanks come out at that time then too?
Say that again?
The tank removal?
The tank removal will be in phase 2 of the project,
Okay.
so that'll happen probably like 45 days past
Okay.
June 2nd.
Yeah,
So
be cool.
end of July.
Thank you.
We're gonna sell tickets, I think. Everybody's excited to watch this on the ground with you. I am, yeah.
See how deep they have to dig?
Yeah, oh yeah, see what's in there, yeah. And Jimmy Hoff on you. I just say that, I'm so sorry. Bubbled up there again. Hotter before it came up.
Push her back in.
Put her back in.
That was a good one, Thor. I knew it was worth coming here today.
There's some other folks down there, but unfortunately they're not there. I am done now.
Okay.
Sorry, Chelsea, forgive me.
No?
Well, it's hilarious.
Moving on to equipment acquisition, you already saw the financials for the loader, but that pay application was in the amount of $585,871. And that's for the bulk of the loader. We are still waiting on the snowplow and the sand bucket, so there is a little bit left in funds for that. And then also, they are not very good at communicating. We are asking when they're planning on delivering that, but they have not gotten back to us yet. So we'll keep asking.
For sure.
The aircraft de-icing equipment, there is no updates on that. It's been ordered and that is set to arrive in early September, late September, early October. And then the pavement de-icing truck, that has been fully completed and received. And that pay application is for the full amount. So that's the first pay application and the last pay application for the $434,258. Any questions on those?
Do we need motions for both of these? It's already taken care of, right? Okay, thank you.
Perfect.
Very good.
For the transient hangar, there are no updates. That plan is to design next fall. We might start pulling things together this summer for that design, just because the FAA is, like Sean mentioned last time, told us that they are going to need extra time for things, and we just keep getting more updates that more people are leaving. So we'll definitely plan ahead on that and make sure that we've got everything in a row earlier than usual, so they have time to get through everything for that.
Okay.
For the 2025 state projects, the terminal improvement, the state did indicate they would support the additional costs. I did talk to Erica yesterday from the state, and she did say that is in place and encumbered and ready to go. So we can get moving on finally those terminal improvements, and that includes the CBP updates, and then also the doors as well, and the cameras.
All right.
So we should be good to go on that. There is one, because of it being a 15%, more than a 15% increase, I have to get a signature from Brian, and I'll create a letter and send it to you for signature, Brian, for your review.
You're gonna do that in a DocuSign?
Yes.
Okay.
For the pickup truck and plow, the state did approve the equipment grant with revisions. Thor and I kind of went back and forth with them on a few different items that they were considering ineligible, and got most of those items justified most of those items to be eligible. So they did come back and say that they would support most of the items. There are a few items on there that will have to be locally funded, small items though. And then we are still waiting on the executed grant from that. There's been a lot of PTO at the state lately, so we're waiting to hear back from them.
Okay.
Any questions on either of those?
All good.
Right. The CIP updates, we've gone through this before, but just a refresher that we have the 2026 items of the electric brick gate installation, the design and RA, the reimbursable agreement through the FAA with the FAA because of their equipment for the VOR cable, and not the VOR cable, that's this project. The Malzer bar at the runway 31 end and the PAPI are all owned by the FAA. Correct, Thor?
That's correct.
Okay, so that's what we have to do the reimbursable agreement with them for. Essentially being around their equipment, they require that because they're going to have some sort of involvement with engineering. We have crack seal on the runways and taxiways, and then the ASOS critical area obstruction removal, transient hangar design and construction, and then phase 1, future taxi lane development for that smaller hangar area where the old weather balloon used to be.
Yes.
Any questions on any of those?
No.
Okay. For public involvement and stakeholder engagement, we did at the pre-construction meeting give Thor and give Kyra a few things to hang up for flyers on the construction. So there will be essentially a construction notice and a little information on who to contact and what's happening when, so on schedule as well. And then in Thor's office, we did leave some construction safety plan and phasing, big sheets for them to look at. So if anyone had any questions, that kind of breaks it down into the phases. So those are in Thor's office. And then upcoming meeting dates, we have our construction progress meetings. So we're going to have those weekly on Thursday at 9 a.m. So those will happen every week during construction, and it'll be with the contractor and all of the subs that are on site at the time, and SEH and typically Thor's team as well. So we'll be meeting every Thursday with that group. And then we have an FAA MnDOT coordination meeting set for Thursday, June 5th at 2 p.m. We'll probably have an update. We haven't had an update with them in a couple of months just because there hasn't been many updates. So we'll probably have an update in June with them. All right. Any questions on any of that?
Oh, thank you.
The other thing that I didn't add here was the Part 139 inspection was completed, and I'm sure Thor will touch on that a little bit more, but that is where the Part 139 inspector from the FAA comes, and that's essentially giving the certificate to be a commercial service airport. So I'll let Thor update that at his time.
Thank you, Chelsea.
Yeah.
Anyone have any questions for her?
No.
If not, we'll move into old business, terminal roof leak update.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, great news. We're on schedule for the construction project starting June 3rd. On site, we've had a couple of meetings with the folks of the full teams who are going to be here doing what, when, how. All of the entities inside the airport have been informed and brought up to date on when the project starts during that time frame. Safety's paramount during the whole phase, and then when the obviously they'll know when the project is completed. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Been a long, we chatted this morning briefly over coffee there. Been a long project to get.
I didn't realize Thor.
Yeah.
It was 6 years.
Yeah, isn't that amazing?
Yeah, it's amazing. I just didn't realize.
Day one.
From day one.
Day one, we had the PC pails, yeah. So it's in buckets of water. So anyway, I'm super thankful that we got the project going. I know that we're going to do it right this time, and it'll be great.
So Thor, you must have had to attend quite a few to give your interpretation.
Yes, it was interesting.
I'll bet it was.
yeah, it was. Yeah.
I think that's great. Airport Commission, thanks you.
Oh, you're too kind. I know it's all a team effort. It's everyone in this room. Kyra, Chelsea, there. Yeah, it's always been a delicate. But thank you. No, I'm just the hood ornament. But yeah, thanks.
I mean, for a new building to leak from day one. I mean, good for you.
Oh no,
you got the job done. That's great.
You're too kind. I'm just part of the team. But thank you. Yeah.
Until the new one doesn't leak too, say too much.
Oh,
I was gonna say.
Okay.
We're gonna get that new baby on. And I can hear Randy. You go.
Hey, there's a drip in there.
No, there's not.
They thought it's been fixed before.
So it's like a month and a half.
Yeah, we're looking at. I think that's a month and a half. It is. Yeah, 45 days. Yeah.
Okay.
Something like that. I can't remember.
Awesome.
I'll have to look. I've got so much area. We'll get it for sure.
Yeah, they're setting up on the south end of the airport,
That
right
is
where
correct.
our parking lot is out.
Right. Yeah. We're not going to make sure to impede any parking or activities. So great. Airport sign project. This is interesting. I've been working on that with Steve Boehm. Getting farther into it, there's 21 bricks that need to be replaced, and we discovered something just recently. We think that Showbloom has all the original plans of the actual. We're looking for the exact brick, particularly that top row, right? So we think we may have an exact match, which would be cost saving. That'd be really good. So as we dig into it more and more, it's like a decaying tooth. You get in there, it's like, geez, So we're definitely working on it. I promise. We'll get it. It's gonna look great in the end.
Perfect.
Yeah.
All right. That's it for old business.
Correct.
New business. Ribbon cutting. What are you thinking, Kyra? The sign is up.
She points at me. Well, thanks, Patty. Yeah, it looks great. Sign's
Yeah, it
up.
does.
Yeah, very, very nice.
Yeah.
I chatted with the family, and they're very, very humbled by it. And I just wanted to bring to the board that to set up a date and a time, whatever the group thinks would be appropriate, to have just a small little ceremony, ribbon cutting for the new name of the terminal building.
I don't have any idea when we want to do it, how
Sure.
soon.
I don't think there's time pressure on it. I wouldn't think. Just whatever the group thinks, or
Maybe touch base with the family and see what works out best for them.
Okay.
For Robin and
Summertime.
Jenna, and some of them are going to have to travel back up here for it. Because,
Okay.
you know,
Do you think, and I'm not suggesting this, just kind of processing, do we want to set a special date? Do you think you want to coordinate it with an airport commission meeting, day, or does that matter?
I don't know what do you guys
To me,
think?
it doesn't matter to me at all.
Doesn't really matter to me.
No,
Okay, all right, I'll get that,
Okay.
okay,
set up a tentative date and what date works for them, and then we'll just
Then we'll
Sure.
just do it.
do it then.
perfect, thank you. Yes.
All right. Moving right to your manager's report. then.
We'll roll right in. I'll pick it up where Chel's dropped off. Yeah, we recently went through our 139 inspection. Kind of a couple of interesting points to it this year. First time ever we've done it in the spring. We had quite a bit of trepidation, concerned about being prepped in that wet season from winter and into the summer and all the details. But it actually worked out very well. We had done a lot of work with the fence line, a lot of filling in cracks and holes, and fence line repair and gates and etc. And we definitely we did the whole perimeter. We took them out with the side by side of the Ranger and 5.5 miles, and very detailed in photos and etc. And that was interesting and well done on his part. He treated us very, very well. All the crash fire rescue testing, all the parameters, volumes upon volumes of records and training records, and it's kind of cool. In the 139, the FA side, you now have to have records of your records. You have to. It's very interesting. You sign the data that you've trained, but then you have to sign another group that says you actually did this. It's kind of hard to explain. It's really kind of. And so anyway, no complaints. Went very well. Very, very proud of my team. Again, Kyra and Chelsea are very helpful. Very, very helpful. Couldn't do without them. It's very
You see,
detailed.
they're getting rock along the fence there to
And we've got some more
keep
to
the
go.
animals out.
Yeah.
Now we just got to deal with birds.
We just got to deal with birds and
'Cause we did have a bird strike. So.
yes, Siegel. I think I'm not sure. I look on. Yeah, always the birds are always the issue. The larger mammals you can take care of and keep track of them, but the birds are they're like in-laws and they show up and stuff.
Yeah. All you can do is
Did I
get that
just say that?
shotgun out
Sorry about
there.
that. I came out again. I'm sorry. Terrible. Anyway, yeah. So it's always so happy to get the 139 behind us, because it literally it takes a lot of prep to get there. So again, it's not about me; it's about the team, and that's where it's at. Other than that, getting ready for summer season, hoping and praying for the best. I know that the airline is full. Out of cars, of course, now with the shutdown and what have you, it really affects the whole thing. But talking with the Canadian operators, they're full, they're active. Appears that our resorts on our side and are full and going. So yeah, very lucky, very fortunate.
Yeah, planes seem to be filling up pretty
Yes.
good, so it's all good.
Good, thank you. Any questions? I'm sorry.
Yeah. Any questions? Kyra, what do you have for us?
Kyra, there over there.
Agreements in the packets. We were down slightly for the month of April over last year, but I'm sure we'll make up for that in the next couple of months. A few advertisement opportunities with KPHS. I think most of them are new. The couple coming up for July that she put in front, for the 4th of July sponsorship, which is 25 ads for $350. There's a Little Fork Fair, for $189, and she's got down the Birchdale Jubilee, but I don't believe the Birchdale's doing the Jubilee this year, so that can get scratched. And then she's got a few for August coming up, but I think we'll handle those come July, so.
Okay.
I think the only one that we've done in the past would be the 4th of July sponsorship for the $350.
So wishes of the board.
Let's do the 4th of July sponsorship.
Just do the 4th?
Yeah.
Motion to just
I'll
do
make
the
the
4th?
motion.
Got a motion, a second through the 4th. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried for the 4th of July, Kyra.
And I think that's all. One more bill that Thor gave me, and I forgot to get it in with the bills. A bill for Jeremiah McCormick. Looks like it was some service work on the jet bridge
That's correct.
for $900. So if we can get a motion to add
Replace
that.
more Teflon with our artificial, with our own design on that.
Well, that's good. Before it falls apart.
It's just unreal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we need a motion for that, right?
I'll make the motion.
We have a motion, it's a second? Second. Motion and a second to pay McCormick for fixing the jet bridge. Any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? That motion carries.
That's all I have.
Anyone have any other business?
Thank you, Kyra.
Next meeting.
He remembered.
It's like June 25th.
Yeah, sorry.
June 25th.
Sure. Hey, Nels. June 25
Is that good for SEH, Chelsea?
Yeah.
at 8 a.m.
At 8 o'clock, June 25th.
Yep.
Rather than-
I will probably have to be on a Zoom on that one. I have to be in Aiken County by 10.
Ethan?
Aiken.
That's some Advil for you.
All right, we got a next meeting. We can adjourn at 8:24.